What's up, you guys and girls? This is Tim Traver, the managing editor of the Diecast Collective. Tonight, depending on what part of the world you're from, we're doing episode 5. This is the Chevy 4x4s. This is the one I've been highly anticipating. Didn't hype it up, just kind of like talking about it, glancing over it for the last few weeks. And here it is. It's finally here, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate y'all staying tuned for all these videos and all the weekly into monthly type stuff. So I wanted to touch on this a little quickly before we dive into this episode. This is episode 5. I want to let y'all know there's 2 things I want to talk real quick. Number 1, I do have the Chevy Cyclone supposed to come in today. That's out for delivery as we speak right now. Number 2, I put out the video in the article form already. I want to be really specific on this, and I'm going to take a few minutes, and then we'll get into this video. So I want to hit this topic real good and real hard. Guys and girls, starting today, it might have been a while back I'd done it, but I'm not 100% sure. I want to let y'all know, starting today, if you go back and look at the video I done on the short, correction. Let me re-correct myself. It's not a short. It's on the long form feature. If you go back and watch the form features I done on the Ford LTD, in the video, in the description box below, I'm starting to title it where it'll say, in quotation marks, Tuesday's Retro Series. Okay? On the bottom of that, it's going to be structured a little differently now. So, it's going to be titled, in quotation marks, Tuesday's Retro Series. Bottom of it is going to say weekly episode, in quotation marks. I'm separating the weekly shows from the monthly shows. Moving forward, it's going to make it easier on y'all. It's going to make it less stressful, and you're going to be like, well, why are you doing this and you're doing that? I'm explaining why. Because it was brought to my attention a while back. Somebody that I'm friends with for many, many years. Can't say who their name is. I don't want to throw their name out there because they don't feel comfortable me telling them this. But he came out a long time ago and he says, hey man, why don't you put weekly and then monthly in quotation marks? That way, monthly, a weekly episode and a monthly episode. So now and I brought that into, and I said, okay, yeah, you're right. I'll put that in consideration. So now, every time you see a Tuesday event or Tuesday's Retro Series, you're going to start seeing now where it's going to be monthly or weekly and monthly programming now. So you're going to see Tuesday's Retro Series and then weekly episode, which I'm not going to put a number on it because I don't want to confuse anybody. I don't want to confuse anybody with the monthly episode. Like today, for example, this is episode 5 for Chevy 4x4s. And now we'll get to that here in a few. But what I'm saying though is I don't want to put weekly episode 015 or 0115, something like I'm not doing that. I'm just going to leave it as weekly episode. And then I'll put the name of the manufacturer, and then I'll put down year, make, and model, and then I'll put a little fun fact underneath of it. Keeping it so that way I'm keeping everything 100% real, but also at the same time I'm taking everything and separating itself. So in other words, you're getting a weekly show versus a monthly show. So you're still going to see the same titling up there, but it's just going to be worded a little differently. I hope everyone understands. I'm not trying to insult anyone or insult anyone's intelligence, but moving forward, we're going to make it a lot more easier and a lot more cooler that way. I think it's going to be a lot easier on me. It's going to be a lot easier on y'all. So whatever simply, easily thing I'm doing, I want everyone to enjoy. So those of y'all if y'all are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. If you're back to the channel, welcome back. We will be talking more about here in a minute about this monthly episode. I want to touch on it again. If you're new to the channel and you're like, well, why is this? I just saw this video you put out. Why does it say weekly episode? And I saw this video in the past and it says monthly or whenever. Monthly. Well, I'm going to explain why. It was brought to my attention by somebody I know long way back in the day. I know. It's a personal close friend of mine that lives in the East Coast. I can only say that. Can't touch more on it. He suggested me to make a video, or if I'm going to make the videos for Tuesdays now, I need to start identifying Tuesday or weekly versus a monthly. So with that being said, I'm starting doing that now where everything is going to be weekly and monthly. So you're going to see this in there too. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. So in the long form features, you're going to see on those videos in the description, you're going to see a weekly episode, and then a long form feature like what you're seeing today, you're going to see monthly episode. That way everything will be so precise, and I'm going to move that on forward. It's going to be the format moving forward. I could go back and do that in the past, but it's going to take some work, which I could do, no big deal. I just have to find out which ones are and all that stuff. So I'm not going to do those now. I'll eventually go back and do it, but from now on, we're going to format it like that. That way it would be easy. I thought the weekly format like that in the past would be that simple, but like I said, I'll have to go back and check out the videos in the past, and I can re-edit them. No big deal. It'll only take a few seconds. Do-do-boom. Do-do-boom. So I'll go back and check them over and see what they are, and I'll re-edit them in the description. Moving on. So, as I digress on. So, when I was a child, because it's already 8 minutes in the video, and I don't want to go too far. But anyway, so in this video, we're going to be talking about Chevy 4x4s. So this is what happened. So when I did this video, and you can go back and check out the video in the past, I did the 4x4 trucks. And that was like late last year, maybe this year. I don't remember. I can't recall that well. You'll have to look at it on the video because I already got it out. So it's still out. Anyway, I did a video on that. And when I got done doing that video, I'm like, you know what? This would be a cool idea to do a Chevy 4x. It would be a cool idea to find 4x4 vans. This is the only one because I don't see any Dodge putting them out, but I could always look at it and see if Matchbox did do a 4x4 Dodge van, which I highly likely don't know. But anyway, I wanted to do this video for y'all. And the reason why I wanted to do this video today was I wanted to talk about something I really enjoyed a lot. So when I had these when I was a kid, I had all 4 of them, and all 4 of these I had when I was a child. Now, I'm going to let y'all know this right now. These won't be going outside. They won't be going out in the dirt. They won't be getting pounded on or beat up or the snot knocked out of them. I did that when I was a kid. I made it where I was sitting outside playing in the dirt for hours during blazing heat or after it rained, and I just run them through. And the one thing about these that was common on every one of the diecast cars is the metal, is the actual metal thing inside the wheels. They do tend to rust. So I'm like, crap. So I kind of got away from that. Um, but I don't mess with them now. I don't do anything. I just leave them. They just sit around, just collect dust, whatever. And every once in a while, I'll clean them off. But I just want to let y'all know, when I was a child, I used to beat the snot out of them. I had the Castor Oil truck, the lime green one, the Matchbox one, and the Matchbox Racing with the BF Goodrich logo on the side of the truck. I had all of these when I was a kid, and and the reason why, and it's the same principle you saw in the last video I done last month. Go check it out. The late year muscle, including the 80s. I did the exact same concept. Now I'm going to explain why I say this because I'm not going to do it. In past, I would tell you what's packaged and open. I'm not doing it here. And you'd be like, wait, time out. What? Yeah. We're not doing what's packaged and open on retro stuff because you could see clearly what they are. Now, reason why I had brought this one out, I want everyone to see what it looks like in its box. Same thing with this little guy. This one right here. Even though I should have took this one out and kept this one in package, dummy me. Because if you look, it's starting to turn that color again. I can see it on behind the camera, but you're seeing where it's starting to change that color. Maybe what you're seeing on here doesn't look right, and that's understandable. But I'm just letting y'all know what they look like in camera versus in person. But like I told you in the past with the other video, go check out with the Ford GT90 episode, and I talked about that the package where the actual where you can see through, that's actually starting to turn that color now. So I'm trying to preserve it and make sure it doesn't deteriorate anymore. If it deteriorates more, then I can always go buy another one, and I can always take that one out of its box and just say, hey, what the heck, just be done with it. Or I can just leave it like it is. I hope everyone enjoys this video. I hope everyone likes this one. Next week, I do not know what next week's going to be. I haven't figured that out. I might throw a couple fire trucks out next week. A couple, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, actually, you know what I'm going to do next week? I'm going to bring out, because I got them right here in front of me. So I'll just say this to y'all. We're 13 minutes into the video, about 13 minutes is the change. Next week, I'm going to bring out a couple of fire trucks, a foam